Another theater review. Oh my god. 3 theater reviews in a row. I guess I've been seeing a decent amount of theater. I don't know. So, I went to the Fox Theater in St. Louis for the first time. I'd never been to the Fox. I'd heard things about it, like its acoustics suck and it's not the best place for musicals, but it does seem to be the place where the big musicals come into town. So I saw Mary Poppins under student rush tickets. So, Mary Poppins, obviously, it's based off of Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins the musical would be based off Mary Poppins the show and a little bit of the book series. So, it's Disney produced. It's part of the Disney umbrella. It was one of the shows, along with Lion King and Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast, that was turned into a musical. I liked it. I don't know. I just kind of liked it. It's fun. It's bouncy, you know. Everyone in the show, because this is a touring company, everybody in the show is good, you know. I'm sitting there in the seat appreciating, like, God, these guys are good. There's a reason they get to do this. The leads, Mary Poppins and, oh God, it's not Jack, is it? The Chimney Sweep, played by Dick Van Dyke in the movie. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. They were both the originators of it on Broadway, I believe. I'm not sure. And they were both very good. The guy, especially playing the Chimney Sweep, he just made things look easy. He was completely at ease on stage. He was at ease with his singing, with his accents, with what he was doing with the character, with the part where he walks on the fucking ceiling, which was pretty cool. The show was a little long. I had heard it's long for a for something you would take your child to. It felt long in general. In fact, Brad was talking about how how a parent would take a kid to a show and 5 minutes in they'd be, "I'm bored, Mommy," and that's exactly what I heard behind me from one of the kids. So it was funny when I saw that. We started off underneath one of the balcony areas, which is still pretty good seats. We knew someone who was sitting pretty close, and we got to go up there. So those were much better seats. It was a great place to see the show. You can see everyone's expressions and everything. It wasn't too close to the pit. It was good. Some of the sound, I think, flew over us, but that was okay. We did get to move into an area where it was a lot better to see some of the special effects that they did. And I do mean special effects in this one. There was quite a few cool little technical things that were going on. You had a chimney sweep walk on the ceiling, up the walls, up over the ceiling and back down. That was cool. There were quite a few things in backdrops that just looked really nice. The backdrops looked great. They just looked very, very cool. It would be hard to describe, but I mean, if you see it, you'll go, "Oh, yeah, that was pretty neat." So all around, it was a strong show. You know, it was fun. The sets and technical stuff was cool. They were pretty much all the characters I enjoyed. Like I said, it was a little long. There were a couple parts where it was like, was that really needed? There was a couple of like random. What song was it? I'm trying to remember. Step in Time. Step in Time felt a little out of place. It was like, dance number, wow, oh crap, what's going on? Can we wrap up the play now? This is kind of taken away. Whatever. I like the Banks characters. The kids were a little, but I mean, they're kids. Mr. and Mrs. Banks, I enjoyed both of them. Mr. Banks was a interesting character to watch. Mrs. Banks sounded great. There was an evil nanny, which was cool. It was just a strong musical all around. I think I would see it again. It was fun. Maybe if it's still around, it'd be something I would take a child of mine to in 10 or 15 years. I don't know. I would recommend it to other people. I know it's touring. I don't know where it's touring next, but I'd recommend it. One thing I did want to say, though, is I kind of enjoyed the Fox. I don't know, it just had an old-timey, sophisticated feel to it. Sitting there with my girlfriend, who's kind of a sophisticated lady herself, thinking, like, there's places like this that would get me dressed up. I don't know. I'm not necessarily the most fancy person in the world, but I felt like, I don't know, it'd be cool to live in that era, I guess. Just experience it for a while. I'll agree about the sound quality not being the greatest thing in the world, but it is a pretty little thing to look at. So, hopefully I'm going to get to see, hopefully I probably am going to see Phantom of the Opera there. And I will definitely get dressed up for that and check that out. Anything else to say about Mary Poppins? There is kind of a random scary scene in there. It's not so random because it comes from the books, but it just feels, it feels a little out of place. I don't know. It's like the one scary thing in the entire musical. Yeah. We'll see you next time.